Hi everyone, I'm here with another special guest, Karen, the co-founder of the Chef's Kitchen on board the fantastic Explora I. Hi Karen, how are you doing?
Hello, fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for having me. You're giving up your precious time on board and I really appreciate that. So Karen, give us a little bit of knowledge on your background.
Scott, grew up in France, went to hotel school to be able to travel, and met my husband there, who's a chef. We've been working since he was 14, and since then we've been traveling the world. Very, very privileged to be able to do so. And the biggest honor that we were given was to be given carte blanche to put together this cooking school aboard Explora. What we do here in the Chef's Kitchen, as you will see behind, it's a hands-on kitchen, and you will see the various cooking stations behind us. What we do here is that we're bringing the journey into people's hearts and minds that they can take home, even more so than just what they see and what they take pictures of when they're traveling. In this case, the cooking school reflects the journey that we're on. So whether it's the itineraries that we go to or the food that is served on board the ship, everybody eats in all the restaurants for the duration of their itinerary. It's their new home. And when you travel, you usually take food home and say, "Oh, I tasted this, it was so good, and I'll make it for you." Well, right here you can, because half of the classes that we showcase during an itinerary are a reflection of where we are, geography, culturally, seasonally, ingredient-wise. So you may not have the time to go and taste 4 different ceviche when we're in the Caribbean and doing our tour here, but in one of our Caribbean classes, we showcase 4 of the ceviches from 4 different islands, and we do a gazpacho. And amongst the other classes that we do during that same itinerary, we'll showcase the food that you can enjoy aboard the ship. So it's risottos, it's pasta, it's French classics. You actually enjoy them in the restaurants, not just one, and you actually have the recipes, and you'll learn how to do those from scratch and end up eating them 2.5 hours later with a glass of wine on board the ship, so you do take them home.
Fantastic. No, thanks for that introduction. I think you've saved quite a few of my questions. So yeah, like many things on board Explora I, you do things in a slightly different way to others. One thing I noticed is you've only got a limited number of stations there. What's the reasoning behind that?
Yes, indeed. We wanted to keep the class intimate and make sure that people who are in there would be able to capitalize the time with the chef. It is a paying experience, and there aren't that many on board the ship, but here you are for over 2 hours, between 2.5 and 3 hours. You're with your own private chef. We've had classes with just 2 people. We have 6 cooktops. They're all electric. Well, they're not electric, they are induction tops. It's the electric field, the magnetic field. Yep. And we can double those spots up if people travel together, only if they're in travel parties, just in light of the pandemic that we've had. So it's maximum 12 spots with your private chef and an assistant for 2.5 hours. No knife skills. We don't want you to focus on your knives and not enjoy the class. It's all about enjoying the moment, being happy with people you may not know, and bringing that home and sharing that part of your holiday also with your family and friends.
Great. And as the fleet expands, I assume the Chef's Kitchen will do the same as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for asking that. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Jean-Louis, who is at the head of the co-founder, happens to be my husband. He and I travel vicariously by putting together the destination classes that we have, with anywhere from 2 to 6 recipes in each class. And we travel vicariously by putting them together, and then we will actually be on board to set up the crews who will be replacing us when we're not on board the ship, and making sure that everything functions for all 6 ships.
Karen, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It looks absolutely phenomenal what you're doing.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming, and I hope that you can join us.
Thanks.